Hey, what's up, gang? I just wanted to give a short video and say thank you so much for your messages and words of encouragement for my race. So, cutting to the chase, first off, I want to say thank you so much to my wife, Lindsay, for her support. I love you so much, and you know what? Like, training for these is not just, something that I take on, but it's something that the whole family has to be on board with because it takes a lot. And I'm very thankful that I have a wife who supports me. And it was just awesome seeing her and my kids at the finish line. And at the end of the day, I just hope that the whole family feels a part of it, because that's really what I'm thinking about. Is just, it's a great accomplishment for me, but it's also, my goal is to kind of like just kind of inspire them to be better and to just do things that you don't think you can do. And, I know my wife knows that's important to me, and she supports it, and I'm so thankful for it. So I love you, honey, and thanks. Now, what I wanted to share with you guys. First, I know some of you have questions about what's ugly about triathlon, like what does your body go through, and they want to know the details. But first, I really want to talk to you guys about something that I was thinking a lot about during the race, and that is that stick to your game plan and do not worry about what everybody else is doing. I'll just cut to the chase and try to keep this short. So on the bike, I had made the decision that at every 20 miles, I wanted to make sure I was eating something solid food, not just taking in liquid calories, and to eat something solid, because it's a long day, and I really thought that that would go better if I did that. So I pull over at mile 20 or 22 or so, and about 20 people blow by me, and it's like, in your head, you're just like, damn it. Like, I just let all these people pass me, and here I am, eating, and like, do I really need to do this? So it's really tempting to jump back on the bike and to just pedal with everything you have to try and chase all those people down. And you can't do that when you've got, a huge, another 35 miles and a half marathon ahead of you. So, you get back on it, you stay on your game plan, you pedal effectively and efficiently, and you don't tax your legs more than you need to. And you know what? At about mile 50 or so, some of those people that had blown by me weren't looking so great anymore, and they didn't have the fuel and the energy, and they were just trying to get off the bike. And here I was, I had like made it so that I was fueling myself through the bike so that I could still feel even better once I got off the bike. And so I really stuck to my game plan, and it paid off. Like, some people got by me, yes, but I felt amazing, and I caught a lot of those people, and that's just how it goes. You can't worry about what everybody else is doing. So I thought a lot about that and how it relates to this group. And here we are 3 weeks in, and there are going to be several people who are posting up, oh, I've lost 10 pounds, I've lost 15 pounds. And there's going to be, this group of people who haven't lost much weight yet. And that can really, when you start seeing all these other people have success, that can really mess with you, and that can really deflate all that excitement you had when we first started. But you have to realize this isn't a 3-week journey. This isn't a 30-day journey. It's a 90-day journey. It's, we hope you stick with this for another round, 6 months to a year, and a lifetime. And so you really can't worry about what everybody else is doing, because, they may have had a quick start, but you know what? Like 90 days from now, maybe what you're doing will pay off in the long run, and you may catch them, at day 70, day 80. It's just going to take a different route to get there. So don't let other people's success really sidetrack you and to kind of make you start doing things erratically that aren't with your game plan. Because in the end, if you stick to it, it's gonna happen, and you're gonna see the progress. So that's what I was thinking on the bike a lot, and I hope that this little kind of message will sink in for some of you, and you'll really trust in what you're doing. So what does a triathlon put your body through? A lot, actually, and actually I was in worse shape than I thought. For the day, I lost 7 pounds, which I'm not proud of. I'm not happy about. That's actually put me in a dangerous level for how much weight I lost. A lot of it was water, but I was extremely dehydrated, but we were pushing almost 90 degrees throughout the day. So just to kind of tell you though, like I can account for at least 120 ounces of fluid, and I still lost 7 pounds. I can also account for close to 1,500 calories just through the bike, and I still lost 7 pounds. It's a lot of stress on your body, but I can tell you this much. This was the quickest recovery I've ever had from a race like this, and the reason being is I really focused on nutrition during my training, and I had never done that in the past. I ate way more this time around. I drank way more this time around, and I felt amazing through the race, and I felt even better the next day, and just had an amazing recovery. And that was one of my goals for this year, is to really see if I can get my body to bounce back from some of these more extreme distances. So I don't think I'd ever felt like I could complete a full Ironman until now. Granted, I still have a huge road ahead of me, and it's probably not going to be for another 2 years. But I can see it happening now. I can tell that my body and the things that I'm working on are helping, and I'm improving. And so I'm just like, I'm excited, and I want to keep going. And honestly, I wish I could race it all again this next weekend, because I think my body's going to be ready again by that time. So I talked about losing so much weight. What else happened? Kind of ugliness of it. My shirt on the bike had come up about a half inch above my tri-shorts, and I looked like someone dripped lava across my back because I'm so sunburnt. That was awful. My inner thighs, I had some pretty significant rawness on my inner thighs. Didn't hurt too bad, but it didn't look pretty. It's pretty much healed though now. Just 2 days. The most grueling part, well, if you haven't heard, what happened in this race was about mile 3 or 4 in the run, my stomach really just acted up, and I couldn't run. I had the legs, and I had the upbeat attitude, and I was like feeling great, and like I was working through all my problems, and I knew I was going to get to the finish line. But anytime I started to run, I felt like I was going to throw up. So I ended up walking a lot. And I'm not used to walking 8 miles. Like, my feet were on fire. And I just really had to kind of keep the focus and not think about my feet. But to be honest, when I got done, I was afraid to look at my feet because I thought they were really messed up. But miraculously, they were fine. By that evening, the pain was all gone. It was just, but I was worried that they were really in really bad shape. So, like, the heat was really bad. Someone had a seizure. We also had some pretty severe vomiting from some people. And like I said, my stomach had really messed up. I didn't vomit, but part of that was because I really shut myself down and I was afraid if I vomited, I was afraid that I wouldn't finish because I didn't know if I would ever stop, and I knew that it could just really dehydrate me even worse, and I was trying to just prevent that as much as I could. So I walked and I tried to stay positive and I just tried to work through it that way. So, I finished and I feel great now, and I really didn't feel that bad other than my stomach with the race, and I'm really happy about that. So you just never know what's going to happen with a race this long. A lot of it's unpredictable, but I learned a lot about myself once again, and I just really think that I'm just going to keep pushing more and more, and we'll see where it takes me. So thank you all for your support. And if you have any other questions, feel free to shoot them to me, message me, and I'll tell you whatever you want to hear. I really, encourage everyone to try a triathlon. They have several distances. Um, the sprint distance is for people just starting out. And I think once you do one, you'll be addicted. But once you start pushing yourself more and more, you'll really just have some great memories, and you'll just have this awesome feeling about yourself, about doing things that you didn't think you could do. And that's really what this group is about. Not only with just weight loss, and seeing how far your weight loss and getting healthy can be, but it's also about pushing yourself and challenging yourself in ways that you never thought you would in your life. So I encourage it, and we love hearing about that stuff. And I know some of my awesome friends and coaches on here have done some events like Tough Mudders that really they share that same kind of emotional overload that you get when you do these things. So it's something that will hit you and it will change you. And that's amazing, and it's great to hear about. So I encourage you all to keep working towards your goals, and to just really push yourself for one of those moments. So that's what it's about. All right, guys, thank you so much, and we'll see you in the group. Keep on keeping on. All right, later.